This episode of the Gamerheads Podcast is brought to you by Seven Bridges Premium Gourmet Yum Yum Sauce. Enhance every bite with our savory blends of flavors, perfect for meats, vegetables, and crispy treats. Whether you're dipping, drizzling, marinating, grilling, roasting, or snacking, Seven Bridges Yum Yum Sauce takes your culinary experience to the next level. Get yours today and make every meal a gourmet delight.
Hi, I'm Celia Schilling from Yacht Club Games.
Hey, this is James from Megacat Studios.
Hey, this is Matt, a.k.a. Stormageddon from Reignite, Screen Snark, and the Fun and Games podcast.
This is Stephanie from the Boss Rush podcast and the Boss Rush Network.
Hey, this is Mark and Keon from Bunte Avond.
Hey, this is Sebastian with the ProNerdReport.com and the Single Player Experience podcast.
Hi, this is Chris.
Mike.
And Garrett from Daylight Basement Studio.
Hey, this is Baron J67 from Level 1 Gaming.
Hey, this is Todd Mitchell from Code Right Play.
Salutations, this is Mike Carroll from Stroll Art.
Hey, this is Jeff Moonen from Fun and Games Podcast.
What's good, y'all? This is Adam from Respawn Aim Fire.
Hey, this is Patrick from the Backlog Odyssey.
Hey, this is Rune from Runic Codes.
Hi, this is Andrew from Spalato Bros.
Hi everyone, Jill Grote here from the Indie Informer.
Hello, this is the Crypt Master, and you're listening to Roger You're listening to Roger on the Gamerheads Podcast.
And welcome to another episode of the Gamerheads Podcast. My name is Roger. Along with me are my good friends and co-hosts. We have the CEO and president of Gamerheads, Phil. Phil, welcome to the show.
Salutations.
And then, of course, we have my good friend coming back from... Oh, I got to turn up my mic here. Coming back from, I don't know where you were. Mike. Parts unknown.
Ooh, did you find the missing link?
Yes. It was
welcome back.
I don't know, something Zelda related. I don't know.
Well, welcome back to the show. We're glad to have you back. Yeah, we missed you, man. There was...
No, you didn't.
We did.
To the old episodes. I was listening to those other episodes. You didn't miss me a bit.
I did.
Yeah. There was a lot of it got a little feisty. A little feisty. Feel like we needed some mic magic.
Magic Mike?
Yeah. To calm things down.
Here's the thing, Roger. You don't have Magic Mike when you have Magic Mind.
That's true. Anyway, welcome to our patrons as well. Welcome, Matt, Jill, and Sarah. Welcome to the show. Listener, if you want to become a patron of the Gamerheads Podcast,
Way to do that singular.
Yeah, I do that on purpose. I'm talking to that one person that's listening to this podcast right now. But yeah, you can join the Gamerheads Nation for as low as $3 a month. Just go over to patreon.com/GamerheadsPodcast and you can join the Gamerheads Nation. The other thing I'll mention here too is we have an awesome giveaway that we got going on right now. And we are giving away 4 tickets to PAX. We have 5 4-day passes to PAX West. And it's real simple to enter. All you have to do is follow us, follow PAX on Twitter, retweet it, and use the hashtag Gamerheads PAX West, I think I used. And it's a pinned tweet. And say what you're excited about PAX for. And you'll be entered in for the drawing. There is some things here, though, I will need. Like, I need people's full names, and it can't be corporations. So, like, it has to be actual people, not corporations that are going to this. But if you are picked, there's a chance. And I think this goes until, what did I say? I think the last week of that Monday, the last week of July. So, I should have this up. I don't have this up in front of me. Hold on. I have it right here. It goes until 7/25, so July 25th. So good luck to everybody. That's very cool. The good people at PAX gave us some tickets for that, so that's cool. I think that's all I have for. Oh no! And then we also have. That's all for the episode, everybody. Thank you for watching and listening.
Take care.
Take care. See ya. The other thing I'll just mention is, this is something new we're trying, but it's the lowest score challenge, and it is Contra. So the first level of Contra, if you take a screenshot of your score, you'll be entered in for a chance to win a $50 gift card that goes until the end of the month as well. So that is through Twitter as well. Just take a screenshot and share that with the tweet. We'll put all that in the show notes so you can see the links for that. But that goes until the end of the month as well. So we got a lot of stuff going on right now.
Yes, indeed.
A lot of stuff. Okay, so that's what I have for housekeeping stuff. Mike, you have an icebreaker for us, right?
As we are to talk about breaking ice. So,
what is your favorite ice level?
What's that?
What's your favorite?
What is your favorite ice level?
That's right. So I think
3-1, because it's the easiest. Wait, is 3? Is 3?
Is ice level 3-1? No, 3-1's water. There is no ice.
Water. Okay. No, is it 5-1? What's ice level?
There's no ice in Mario.
The first Super Mario, there's no ice.
There's no ice levels in Super Mario? What am I thinking? I don't know. I thought there was. There isn't. Okay. I thought there was.
No.
My favorite water world is 3-1.
Well, there you go. Your mom goes to college.
No, she doesn't. Wait, which mom?
Anywho, so I'm not sure if we did this before. We may have. There's been so many episodes, but I just thought it was fun. I'm on a real cartoon kick, so I'm sure in the chat yesterday I posted. I asked you what some of your favorite cartoons were.
Oh yeah.
So icebreaker is you are in charge of a video game based on any cartoon IP. What cartoon are you using, and what's your game like? I'll go first to give you some time to think. And Phil, what cartoon am I on a kick right now for? Bothering you
show.
Every day that you need to watch?
The regular show.
Regular show. So at first I thought regular show would work as a beat 'em up, but then that's like every cartoon game can work with as a beat 'em up. So I'm changing mine to a Metroidvania. A 2D Metroidvania. I think a regular show 2D Metroidvania could really work because there's so many interesting cast of characters that instead of, with any Metroidvania, you get to an area, you get a power up, then you use that power up to get to other areas to fight bosses and get other power ups. But the twist on this one, instead of power ups, you would rescue characters, which would then be the power ups. So, like, if you're, so for example, like you start the game as Mordecai, and let's say the first character you rescue is Rigby. Rigby is a raccoon. He's smaller. He can get underneath and go into small areas. Then you can rescue Skips, who's really strong, who can break down barriers, and so on and so forth. I think that would be a really good, a really fun game, and I think it would be overdue because with regular show being so inspired by video games, and I cannot stress enough the inspiration that video games have on that show and the writers. Like, you watch enough episodes of that show, you will see so many references to so many video games. And we've only had one actual game, and it was for the 3DS, and it sucked. So actually, technically, there was another one, a Cartoon Network, were a bunch of all the Cartoon Network players, but that game sucked too. So we've never had a proper regular show game, and that's a travesty. So that's
how old is this cartoon? I don't. Is this cartoon older?
Regular show? It came out in about 2010. Lasted about 7 years.
But it's not. Oh, okay. I was gonna say it's not going on anymore yet, though. Then, right?
They're working on another season, from what I heard, which is
really
awesome. Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
I convinced Phil to watch the first few episodes.
Mm-hmm. I still pick away at it when I'm conscious enough when I'm laying in bed to be able to pay attention to something.
Okay, I'll have to check this show out.
It's regular.
I'm telling you,
regular,
the video games, the 80s references, like this, you would immediately be drawn to it.
Okay. All right. Where can I watch it?
Max.
Do you have Max?
Oh, it is on Max?
HBO
yeah,
Max?
I do. Yeah,
then
yeah.
You can watch it on that.
Nice. Okay.
And the episodes are only like 10 to 12 minutes each, so You can get through
it's short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bite-sized.
Bite-sized.
Yeah.
Cool. Phil, do you want to go next or?
Yeah, I can go next. I got two that come to brain, based on two of my favorite cartoons. Being one is Scooby-Doo, one is Flintstones. I'm a sucker for all the old Hanna-Barbera stuff. First, I'm going to dabble in the world of Scooby-Doo because Scooby-Doo is probably my all-time favorite cartoon. And I want an open-world sandbox Scooby-Doo game where you are exploring random towns that are all somehow connected by interstates, solving mysteries in each of these different cities that somehow link together by, I'm going to say, a larger, all-controlling boss that is trying to pull all these schemes and these heists by making things look a lot more supernatural. As you survey locations for clues and maybe do almost Ghostbusters style type of a thing for taking down bad guys. Piecing together the clues, working your way through one mission at a time, working your way up to the big boss who's going to end up being some kind of a celebrity pop star type of a thing. Because that's just the way that Scooby-Doo worked. And I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it in that Hanna-Barbera style of animation, which is oh so gorgeous and oh so lovely and oh so slick. I think that could be a lot of fun and would also give you a chance to dive into that world of Scooby-Doo a little bit further and explore some of the lore behind it that kind of gets touched on, but not really. It's the first one that comes to my mind. Yes, Mike.
You got my creativity flowing. How cool would it be to have boss battles, but instead of actually fighting them like a 3D platformer, you're setting elaborate traps?
Yeah, just outsmarting them the entire time. Yeah.
I also
think that'd be a fun game to play.
I also think it's really funny that you said you were going to dab in Scooby-Doo. So then when it comes to, well, not that, because when it comes to the Flintstones, you wouldn't dab into the Flintstones, you would.
Yabba dabba do into the Flintstones.
That was it.
So the Flintstones game that I have in my brain is kind of like The Sims, where you're just doing like an everyday simulator of like Flintstones life in Bedrock, going to work and like feeding your dinosaurs that are making everything happen around you, keeping Dino fed, keeping Wilma happy, making sure that Pebbles and Bam Bam don't get into too much shit while you're at work, and going and hanging out with the Rubbles that live next door, and like just working a day in the life of Fred Flintstone, or overseeing like the entire world of Bedrock and just keeping it under control and almost city build your way through it. Again, it's one of those things that I think would be very much so amusing if it could be executed and pulled off right.
Yeah, that I would play that.
Yeah, and I could see
cool,
I could see the the tutorial guy being the Great Gazoo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
That'd be super fun.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. For myself, I have two as well, so I'll mention these two. So the first one triggered when you were kind of mentioning your Scooby-Doo one. I would love to see the real Ghostbusters made into an open world Ghostbusters game where you could just go anywhere you want and like just things happen and you could like bust ghosts to different places, and there'd be ghosts that were like from the cartoon, like the Boogeyman, and like those three like it was the two brothers and the wife, I think, or something like that, like the ones that were in that candy factory. That would be fun. I think that'd be a really cool, fun game. And then you're just busting ghosts and you get different jobs and you have to go bust ghosts. I think, Mike, you mentioned that you would like to see an open world Ghostbusters game at one point. Didn't you say that too?
I don't know if I said that. I did say, though, when they announced the Ghostbusters, the good Ghostbusters game, when that came out about 10 years ago or so. The one that was on the Wii and then the PlayStation as well. Mm-hmm. Wait, that one? Yeah. 360. I always thought that while the Wii version looked interesting, they really should have made the character models based on the real Ghostbusters for that version.
Yeah, I agree.
I
agree. Yeah.
You've kind of inspired me, Roger, with that. I'm going to cut you off at the knees for a second and go back to my Scooby-Doo idea. There was a series called The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. I don't know if you guys ever saw that one. No. But if you could kind of play your way through that, it's kind of the only Scooby-Doo that really had an interconnected story between each of the episodes, where they're trying to track down these 13 ghosts that have escaped from, I don't remember what they originally captured in. There's the word. But Vincent Price provided he was in the cartoon as well as kind of like the overall narrator who was guiding Scooby and Shaggy throughout the entire thing. So to play through like an open world game where you're trying to go back and reclaim these 13 ghosts to again work your way up to, and I don't remember the name of the two bad guys, but they were kind of putsy. To work your way back up through that would be also fun. That's DLC right there, damn it. That's what that is. I just printed more money for you.
Yeah, that's right. Cool. So yeah, the real Ghostbusters, and then I'm gonna go with a deep cut here. I mean, deep cut for us.
Monchi cheese?
No, my gosh, that would be amazing.
Shirt tails
would be amazing too.
Snorks,
gummy bears.
I eat those all the time, man.
Yeah, no, I was thinking Mighty Mouse.
Yep, or Danger Mouse.
Sorry. Oh, Danger! There was a video game on Danger Mouse, wasn't there?
Not in the last 25
years.
But...
I know, but maybe there was for Mighty Mouse too. But like, I would totally play a Mighty Mouse game. It's like a side scroller. Like think, oh my gosh, I can't think of that game. Cuphead. Think of Cuphead, like, but Mighty Mouse. Wouldn't that be cool? And that same kind of art style, because like that was from like the 30s, right? Like Mighty Mouse was like really old, right? Like, was it 30s? Well, I mean, it may have started in the 30s, cartoon, like the comic book, but probably like the 50s. I don't know. But Mighty Mouse, like, I don't know. My mom watched Mighty Mouse. She was growing up, so I'm assuming it's really old. But I loved Mighty Mouse as a kid. Mighty Mouse was
good.
And I would love to play a game as Mighty Mouse. That'd be really fun. So yeah, so those are my picks. The other game I will say, I forgot to mention this cartoon, guys, when you guys are saying what's some of your favorite cartoons, and I forgot this one, Bluey. I love Bluey. Bluey's
That's
really
the new
good.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I beat that game.
They do have a game, right? They do have a game of Bluey.
It's easy 1,000 points.
Okay.
It's on Game Pass.
It's on Game Pass. I should play it, but I do love the cartoon Bluey. It's so funny. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a hoot. Like, so my youngest watches it, and then I was just like, yeah, whatever. This is a silly kid. I was thinking it's gonna be like simple, but like I watched it, I was like, there was an episode that I got teary-eyed in, and I was like, oh my gosh. It was like this, they were gonna move, and then their aunt was gonna get married, and then she decided that she didn't want to get married because her husband was like, yeah, you're gonna move with me, and she's like, no, I'm not. And then, oh my gosh, I was just like all in tears. And
well, now that you spoiled the episode,
I know I spoiled it all. Yeah, I know, you don't have to watch it.
I'm out on Bluey. Just to play the game again.
Yeah, no, but Bluey, I don't know. There's something about Bluey, and just the writing and what they're doing with the show is really well done. So, is the game any good? Phil?
It's not bad. It's a collectathon, and it's it's basic and easy. But like I said, it's a quick 1,000 achievement points. I want to say I got the 1,000 achievement points in 4 hours or less.
Okay.
But I mean, if your youngest watches it, you might as well play with them watching and or playing alongside you. It is multiplayer as well, and it's basic enough that if thumbs work, it can be done.
Okay. All right. I'll have to play with them. So
it's a shame so many licensed games during the 360 and PS3 era sucked so bad that everybody just stopped making licensed games.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to see more licensed games based on, cartoons or even like movies when they come out. Like, did they ever make like a Despicable Me video game? Like,
I don't think
with
so.
all the gadgets and weapons and stuff in those movies? I think
that seems like quite a bit. Yeah.
That seems like the game writes itself right there.
Yeah.
Or even most of the Pixar movies that come out these days too. Like, those are all custom built for video game style. And like, I know Disney does put stuff out from time to time, or Pixar does. Same
but it's all mobile. That's what they.
But it's it's either mobile or it's just these like shit ass racers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, or Dreamlight Valley, right, Phil?
I don't know anything about that game.
Well, that's a good icebreaker there, Mike. Thank you so much for the icebreaker. So before we get into games we're currently playing, there has been some news that just came out somewhat recently around the changing of the Xbox Game Pass changes that are happening. So I don't know if do you want me to just run through like some of the changes? You guys just jump in, or what are your thoughts?
I mean, if you can go through the whole thing, but if you want, I could just do a 10-second overview.
Soapbox.
If you want to get into more
why don't you do a 10-second and then
all right,
ahead.
10-second overview of changes to Game Pass. You're spending more money.
There you go. That's it. The end. Yeah. Okay. No, I mean, the thing, it's not just spending more money, but like, so it's going to be $19.99 a month for the Ultimate. But that still gives you access to the full library. It also gives you to the PC games, the EA Play, day one titles, online multiplayer, right? But then there's the standard one. It's limited library. It doesn't include day one titles anymore. And that one's coming along. That one might not be out the time this changes happen in September, but they're saying that that's a coming soon one. That's $14.99. And then $11.99 is the PC Game Pass, which is just PC games and EA Play. And then you have the Game Pass Console, which is $10.99. And that is limited library of Xbox games alongside member deals and discounts. It's no longer available to purchase as new subscribers. And then you have the Xbox Game Pass Core, which is $9.99 a month, and that's $25 or 25 games that you can play in Game Pass, and then some online multiplayer, and then member discounts. But like that's it.
Okay. When you say that's it, for $20 a month, I have access to. I'm going to throw out 250, 300 games.
Listen, I don't mind. I don't mind paying the $20 a month. I don't mind that. I don't like this tier shit that they're doing. I hate that.
It's been tiered for a while though.
Yeah, but they're adding more tiers to it though.
Okay.
And I like the idea of having this day one, playing, and now it's just like, well, only if you get the ultimate. You can't play day one games anymore.
Instead of paying $60 for a game, you can pay $20 for a month and get access to that game and probably play all the way through it.
That's not the point. When they were showing a couple weeks ago, when they were showing the Xbox summer game things that they were doing there, that Xbox showcase, that's the word I'm looking for. They're like, coming to Game Pass, get to play day one, but they didn't say only with Ultimate.
Okay, still 20 versus 60.
I know.
70?
But
yeah, 20 versus 70. Okay, and there's people that are out there complaining like, no, I got to pay $240 a year to play Call of Duty Black Ops. No, you can buy the game for $70, not have to pay $240 a year. Like, people are just complaining for the sake of complaining. The price of everything is going up right now. For example, the price of a case of avocados right now is $115 for a case of avocados. That's 48 avocados. 6 months ago, a case of avocados was $48, basically $1 an avocado. Yeah, I'm dead ass serious. Price of a case of butter right now is $160. 6 months ago, it was $120. You want to tack on $3 a month more for me to be able to play 250 games, unlimited access? I'll take it.
I didn't know we were going to fight over this.
I'm not fighting. I'm stating facts, man.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
70 versus 20.
I agree. I'm going to pay the 20. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to pay the 20. And like, I will say this, you look at PlayStation, and I think it's way more confusing than PlayStation's with their whole tier system that they got going on. I was just hoping that it wouldn't be so complicated. I don't mind the price hike. I just think these whole different tier things is just weird. That's the part I don't like.
But that's a matter of just what you want when you want.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
If I was running Microsoft,
yeah, Mike.
If I was in charge of Microsoft, they should know. They should know that making this kind of announcement isn't going to go over well with the general public, and that's not just Microsoft. That's anybody. Like, that's anything. Yep. People find out they're paying more money for anything. Of course, it's going to be negative. Nobody's going to be like, "Oh boy, I get to spend more money."
Yay! I didn't get a raise. Take more of my money.
Maybe Taylor Swift fans, but
they'll pay $600 to sit in the last row of a 70,000 seat stadium.
That is a true statement.
But I don't know, if I was running Microsoft, I would have tried to soften that blow with saying, "But here's what you're gonna get." Like, or here's a bunch of other games. Like, this would be a good time to say, okay, we know you're spending more money, but guess what? We just dropped 30 Activision games on Game Pass.
Yep.
Like,
yeah,
they could have done something to make it a little bit.
I agree. I feel like I'm not getting anything more. I feel like it's just like you're going to be paying more for the same service, but now you can pay less for less if you. And I mean, I guess if you're like, I don't really care about day one games and I just want the online, just give me $10 a month. Okay, great. That's awesome. But I agree with you, Mike. I don't feel like there was any added value that they're adding for this. Like, and I mean, we did argue this last 2 weeks, because I separated the episodes into 2 episodes. But like, is Xbox really doing enough to like showcase Game Pass is worth it? I mean, I think it is, but the games that are coming out, like, you know, Sebastian was making some good points. Like, they're not 10s out of 10s. Like, is this and I don't care. I think that's fine, but I don't know. I guess that's a question. I don't know. What do you guys thought? I mean, what do you guys think?
I think you've got 26 jillion people that play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And even if you're only going to play it for a month, for $20 for a month worth of unlimited multiplayer in a game, not a bad deal.
Yeah.
It's like when everybody was complaining about the outage that happened a couple of days ago for 7 hours or whatever. And they were demanding refunds, demanding free games and stuff like that. When you broke down that 7 hours over what it costs for a month of Game Pass, we'll even say $20, you lost 36 cents. You really think that you deserve a $70 title for free over losing 36 fucking cents?
That's a good point. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't add up.
No puns intended.
Yeah. No, that was intended. It was awful, but it was intended. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like I said, these things happen. It sucks, but you know what I'll say to this is what I say to anything that happens in life that to me is a little inconvenience. What are you gonna do?
Yep.
If spending an extra $2 on Game Pass or an extra whatever for PlayStation Plus or whatever is the worst thing that happens to you, then you know what? You've got a pretty damn good life.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
That's true.
You're not eating 25-cent bean burritos from Taco Bell every day because you're only making $3.25 an hour.
Well,
and that's all you can afford. I'm going back to 1996, 1997, when I was making $3.25 an hour and I was eating Taco Bell bean burritos just to suffice myself. Like, $3 is not that much in this day and age in this economy. Inflation's been happening since the beginning of time. It will continue to happen. It's going to happen. There's nothing you can do to fight it.
Is there a price point where you would say, oh, I'm not going to pay for Ultimate?
I mean, if you throw a ridiculous number out there, as a Microsoft apologist, and I'll call myself a Microsoft fanboy because I firmly believe their system is the best one on the market, mainly because of the accessibility as well as the ease of use. I mean, you're going to throw a ridiculous number out like $50 a month. You know what? That's still $1.25 a day to have access to all of this stuff, as well as internet and to play games with my friends. Am I going to be happy about paying $50 a month? You're one of my friends, Mike.
I know, I'm joking.
Am I going to pay it? Probably. Yeah. Am I going to be happy about it? No, not really, but I'm going to eat it. I eat my car insurance every month. I have to have that. I don't have to necessarily have Xbox, but it's a thing that I need to have. Like, you're going to jack it up to $100 a month? All right, let's have a conversation about $3 a day. All right, now we can have that talk.
Yeah. I think for me, $50, I would say I'm out. I'm not paying that.
I play my Xbox enough where $50 a month is going to do its thing.
Yeah. I think 20, I'm not batting an eye really at that, right? I just think that I wish that there was a little bit more. Like, the price is going up, but here's all the cool things that we're adding.
Right.
Yeah, I can agree to that. But you're also continuously getting games added to it as well, and that's new games that are added to it. And I'm not going to be, I'm going to be me, but I'm not going to be me. I am more hesitant to pay Nintendo $30 a year for their online service than I am to pay Microsoft $30 a month. And I know it's not $30 a month yet, but I'm more hesitant to pay Nintendo $30 a year than I am to pay Microsoft $30 a month. Because what Nintendo's giving me is a bunch of games that have been out for 30 years, 20 years, that I have almost zero interest in playing. And if I really wanted to, I could figure out how to use technology and do that thing that everybody else does and ROM hack it. To me, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree with you on that one. I mean, I think if I were Nintendo and I had an online service like that, like, I would be throwing things in that if you're a subscriber, you'll get like a cool car in, and they did
how was that? Give you even games that are 5 years old. Throw a Legend of Zelda in there.
Sure.
Like, whatever the first one that came out on the
Breath
Switch.
of the Wild.
Throw that up there. Breath of the Wild. Throw that in there just because.
Mario Odyssey. Yeah.
Or
yeah,
one
I agree.
Switch if you're going to throw a garbage.
Yeah. Or arms. Right? Throw arms.
Exactly.
Throw arms out there. Yeah. But the other would do other things too, like, hey, Fortnite, you get to have a Mario costume, or you know, like I would add other things in there that like I would work with those companies and be like, hey, we want to do a skin of like this character in this game, blah blah blah.
It's a Switch exclusive.
This is exactly. I do think
the Mario Kart stuff. I mean, like there's the Mario Kart stuff they put in there for the online is like can be an entire new game in and of itself. That's how much content is.
That's true.
But you're also paying extra for it because it's only if you get the expanded.
That's true. That's true too. Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, I hope that whatever the next system comes out, they're not like. I hope they continue to support the Switch Online. Like it will be the same for both systems. It wouldn't just be like, oh, now like. You know, like you bought the extended, but it's not going to really be anything anymore. Because like the virtual console for the Wii,
I was thinking Virtual Boy. You just had me lost for a half a second where I went, wait, what?
But no, but I mean, like they brought all those games out for the Virtual Boy too, right? And now you're rebuying them again. Like I know it's different. I know subscription versus you bought those games, but. I don't know. I agree. I agree with you on that one. I think that
Mike,
they
why
should.
are you holding a roll of toilet paper?
What? This thing doesn't roll a toilet paper. This isn't even a Switch if that's what you were going for. Sorry. We're not on camera. This is a listening podcast. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. I think that they could come out with free games like day one. Or even older games.
This all kind of snowballs into the same thing that we discussed with Baron and Sebastian, where people just the new cool thing to do is shut out Microsoft for anything that they do. And that's kind of what this snowballs into, is just like, oh, Microsoft's raising prices, but what are they actually doing? Well, I just outlined what they're doing. They're giving you 300 games a month, 250 games a month for $20 a month. And those are new games. Those are day one games. You're not getting... And a party system that actually works on the system itself. They're giving you decent value for $20 a month.
Yeah, and I will say this: their cloud is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. You don't even have to download most of their games to play.
I agree with you. I mean that to me, I think is well worth it. Is like, holy crap, this cloud is amazing. Like, I will give them that. Like, that is pretty awesome.
And they just released Game Pass for Fire Stick too, didn't they? This week?
Yeah, they did. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
So, yeah, that's crazy. All right, that's all I had on that.
That's all I got. Yeah, we're done.
That's all. We're done with that topic.
I'm done defending Microsoft for the next 6 minutes.
Okay. Speaking of Microsoft, no, I'm just kidding.
Make it 6 seconds.
Let's talk about the games we're currently playing. Phil, I'll start with you. I know that you said it's a light week, so I'll start with you first. What games are you playing?
The only thing that I've really been playing have been the usuals, aside from playing some Killer Clowns from Outer Space with you, Roger, as well as playing around to golf with you, Mike. But outside of that, it's been Overwatch and the show for me, like it always is, because
Overwatch.
Because I just need to shut down my brain when I get home from work, and I don't really have to think when I play those two games. It's all muscle memory, and that's why I continue to do them, and I thoroughly enjoy unlocking stuff. I'm just a sucker for it.
Yeah, the Killer Clowns was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
You getting better at it, Roger?
No.
No, Roger plays against bots. He doesn't play against real people.
No. Hold on. When we played, we did play against real people, and Phil laughed at me because I was like, the language on these people, and you're like, have you never played online games before? Like, so it's proxy audio, right? So I was a human, and this clown came up and was like, look at this fucking idiot. God,
that was before the entire game started, and he's like, I'm going to fucking murder all y'all.
Yeah,
or some shit
true.
like that. You're just like, the language, and I'm just like, dude, this is normal.
Yeah, this is normal.
This is called trash talking.
But the funny one was we were getting on a boat, and we left Carter behind. Oh man.
It's
and he was like,
two-seater, though.
No, it's 3-seater.
Oh, it's 3.
It's 3, but somebody else jumped on the boat and he was defending off the clown, and he was like, "Okay, I guess I slept behind fighting off the clowns," and you guys laughed. That was really funny. And then there was another one that I escaped, but you didn't escape with me on that one, Phil. That was just me. Me on the boat. And every time we played, it was like we always played humans, and I was like, "Come on, I want to play a clown." But we never got to play clown.
Odds are in the favor of the humans in order to be played as.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, it was good. I gave my score. So it's up on the reviews up on Gamerheads Podcast. And I don't remember. I think I gave it a B+. I think. Let me just check. But I will say, like, so I like the game. I like the Ghostbusters Ilphonic game better, just because you're playing. Yeah, I gave it a B because you're playing as a Ghostbuster, and I just thought that was fun. And it's a different game. It's a totally different game, right? So it's like you have 4 Ghostbusters trying to take on one ghost. Mm-hmm. And this one, and I feel like both sides were way more evenly matched because, Ghostbusters have all their equipment and the ghosts have their abilities. But in this game, the killer clowns have stuff, but the humans really don't have a whole lot. They have guns.
You got to scavenge your goods.
Yeah. So it's different. It's just a different game. The one thing that I'm curious about is this is like the 3rd game now that 4th game maybe, right? So they did Friday the 13th. They did Predator game.
Oh, they did Predator game too?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
They did the Ghostbusters one, and now they did this one.
Texas.
They didn't do Texas. That was
they didn't do Texas.
That was somebody else.
Oh.
My question is, like, do they start eating at their own player base when they start coming? Like, because they're all kind of the same kind of game, right?
Well, that's also one of those things that, like, unless you're a dipshit like me that just plays Overwatch for 7 years nonstop, you're going to move on to the next one and check it out. And
well,
they've also lost the licensing for all the Friday the 13th
yeah, that's
stuff.
true.
So they can't add anything on to that either.
Yeah.
And I don't think they've added anything onto either Ghostbusters or the Predator game.
No, they did. The Ghostbusters one, they just added the Boogeyman from the real Ghostbusters. They add, they add new ghosts all the time.
Okay.
So, but it just made me think, like, but no, you're right. Like, that group will move on to the next game. Like, are the majority of them the same player base that then moves on to the next game and then moves on to the next game? And then what happens to those old games?
I think in a situation like this, you're going to attach to the license that you prefer.
Yeah, maybe.
And also each new one that comes out is more polished than the last as well. Because, I mean, there's a world of differential between Killer Clowns and Friday the 13th.
Yeah, well, and they are much different. Well, I mean, I guess Friday the 13th is very similar to Killer Clowns, but like Ghostbusters and Killer Clowns are way different. Like, the gameplay is way different.
Right.
So it is much different, but I just thought it was interesting versus like where you see Dead by Daylight, right? That's the other, where they just add characters into that game, right? Different characters from different franchises.
Yep.
It's just a different way of doing that. It's a different model, but it's the same base game, regardless of the characters you're playing with, right? So I don't know. It was interesting. Anything else, Phil?
Not that I can recall.
Mike, what about you?
I'm not very happy with you guys right now. Phil,
why?
In particular. I'm just gonna this out.
Whoa!
I'm cranky.
What did you do?
I haven't gotten enough sleep.
Well,
and I haven't gotten enough.
How is that
sleep.
Phil's fault?
Yeah, did I play something else with you that I don't recall?
No, but you had to talk about Balatro.
Oh,
you had to get Balatro as a gift.
saw you playing that. I
had to play the game.
I feel like you started this when we were playing golf and you brought it up to Kurt and it got in your own brain from there.
I was bored. I wanted something to play. I'm like, I could play this for a few minutes.
No such thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's what I've been going just nonstop at Balatro. And I finally beat a round. That's
a good feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm enjoying it. I mean, obviously it's a lot of fun, but I'm wondering. I want to try it a little bit more, but I don't want to get stuck in just doing 2-pair each time. Because that to me is the most
definitely
common.
a thing.
It's like all I'm doing is 2-pair. Oh, you should try working on leveling up your straights or leveling up your flushes. But 2-pair is
it's a moneymaker.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you get that that Joker that's like the what is that the 2-pair pants or something like that. There's like the where it doubles you every time you play a 2-pair. It adds like another like
another multiplier
on it. Yeah.
So again, I have a lot of fun with it. It's just one silly song, but I love the song that plays while you're playing the game, and I love like the effects that happens when you start getting multipliers, and like where you place your jokers also impacts how many points you get and what cards you play first. Like there's so much meta to it that I'm finding that very enjoyable. I hope I will continue to enjoy it, but the more I think about it, I'm like, well, I just do 2-pair every time because that's what works, and that makes me think like, did I break the game, or is there something I don't know of, or so. I've been doing that, but it's got to the point that my son got into it. He's playing it nonstop. He actually had a bunch of jokers so one of the jokers was, it adds whenever you get a club, and then the next joker after that was for every face card you get a multiplier as well. But then the card next to that copies the card in front of it.
Oh yeah.
So this multiplier and everything kept going, and it kept going for so long that the game automatically started speeding up. In order to calculate everything, the game sped itself up. Yeah.
Bing, bing, oh my gosh.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, Bellatro. Cool. I've been having a lot of fun with that one. So thank you very much, both of you, for recommending that game.
Hey.
The other game that I was playing was, again, because my son had control of the Xbox and was playing that Bellatro, I grabbed, Philly might want to cover your ears, I grabbed the Switch. And in handheld mode, I started playing some more Pinball FX. Pinball FX 3, actually, that I was playing.
Pinball FX 3 is the best one.
Well, and the thing that sucks, though, about the Pinball FX, it's the same company, but different tables work on different versions. Like, if I want to play, for example, if I want to play the South Park table, I have to load up Pinball FX. But if I want to play some of the like the Universal Studios ones or I got to load up Pinball FX3. They didn't make them. I don't know.
Which is where my huge complaint with that entire thing came from, because I've been playing Pinball FX. Sorry to stomp on your touchdown call here.
Go for it.
But everything that I had from 2 carried over to 3. But not everything for 2 or 3 carried over to FX. And in fact, nothing did, which is why when FX came out, it was just like, I don't like this game because of this. Like, I've already dropped, I'll say $100 into this game buying all these different tables, and now they're all gone, and I got to start again. This is bullshit.
Yeah. And I don't know which one was first.
Was 3 was before FX.
All right. Okay. Sure. But
I wouldn't lie to you, Mike. I'm not.
No, I know, but like, why is 3 coming before 1?
Same reason that 360 comes before 1.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's okay. Anyway, so I was having a lot of fun with that, and even more fun was when I realized that on Pinball FX on the Switch in handheld mode, they have a Tate option. So I just basically I had the Switch system in my lap, vertical, and I took the Joy-Cons out, and all I saw was just the pinball table itself. So it was
awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
do you have that
mode.
thing? Do you have that?
Yes.
The adapter that? Yeah. Okay.
I do, but that does not work on the OLED, and I have the OLED.
Oh, okay. I see.
So had a lot of fun with that. So I played a Junkyard, which was one of my favorite ones, and we had a Junkyard pinball table in college. And then one of my other favorites, Champion Pub, which is it's another awesome one that's on that. And then I started playing the South Park pinball table, which I loved that. It's not the official South Park, like the real life one. It's just they made up their own, but they use clips from the show and everything like that. And it was so I had a lot of fun with that.
That's a tough table too.
Yeah. Then there's a big sale right now.
You said that.
I don't know if it's still on sale or not, but I picked up most of my pinball tables are on the Switch because they went on sale a lot more often than on the Xbox. I also picked up, it was on sale, the Charlie Brown Christmas pinball table.
Oh, really?
So,
oh,
that's on just straight FX, not 3, right?
I think that's on just FX, yeah.
Okay.
But the cool thing I like about FX is that you can unlock different...
like your ornaments and things?
Yeah,
your
different
decorations?
Ornaments, yeah, I unlocked a box of Cheesy Poofs, and then I set it up in my pinball room.
That's cool.
Yeah, so...
That's cool.
So then I busted out the Quest 3 and I started playing Star Wars pinball on that.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
I was going to say, because the same thing, you can set up your whole room and have Star Wars stuff in the room, right?
I just cared about being able to look down.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like
Isn't that cool?
I'm actually playing an actual pinball game. Yeah.
Isn't it cool?
Is that from Zen as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
and they also have regular pinball FX too.
But the selection of games on Pinball FX VR is not as robust as console.
Yeah.
I think it's just some Zen tables, some of the Zen tables that they make, and then I think maybe there's another pack that has 3 tables, and then I think there's the Walking Dead tables, but I'm not sure.
They have the Universal tables because I have
Universal,
like ET
that's
and
it. They have the Universal
I have
tables.
ET and Jaws and Back to the Future. So,
but playing it on FX, man, that was a lot of fun. Or playing the game on the VR was a blast.
Yeah, because it really feels like you just walk right up to the machine. Isn't that cool?
Mm-hmm.
I've often said they should just build an arcade, like an old school arcade, and then you could just a couple dollars a game. You can just put $2 for Pac-Man. Put Pac-Man into my arcade and.
Yeah.
I'm surprised like Atari or Activision hasn't done that with one of their legacy collections.
Right? Like, I would totally buy that and have your own and then just set it up in your room, right? And just be like, okay, here's my virtual room. This is what my arcade, and then just walk around in your room and get to be able to play. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
it'd be so cool. I would totally do that.
So
cool.
So, yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, that was it.
So for me, some Killer Clowns. We mentioned that already. I've been playing some more Star Wars Hunters. So I streamed that the other night. That was really fun.
I watched you replay that, by the way, last night after I got home from the racetrack. Yeah.
Yeah. I played some ranked matches. I actually did pretty good. I mean, I came in first place on my team and we won, so that's pretty decent. But one thing I will say, so it doesn't really matter if you get in first place or not, because that doesn't really matter. It's that doesn't really play into the ranking or anything like that. But I will say, playing a healer, and maybe this is the same in Overwatch, but like the points are based on how many kills you have and how many deaths and how many assists. And the healer in Star Wars Hunters, there's 2 healers, but Zelena is the one that I play as a lot. And she just has a pistol, and she's not going to kill anyone. She's not doing any damage. She's not doing much. She does a lot of healing. She's a really awesome healer, but she doesn't do much. So I'm always in the bottom. Whenever I play as the healer, I'm always on the bottom of the team. It's like, you got like 200 points. I'm like, yeah, I understand, but I healed the hell out of my team. And I feel like that should give me more points. So I don't know.
So here's the difference, Roger. I'm going to cut you off right there for a second, because I'm just apparently in that kind of a mood. Overwatch is not a points-based game.
Okay.
Where there's no like ranking for how many points you get for how much damage you do or anything like that. Like, it just breaks down your damage, your kills, your assists, your death, your healing, your mitigated damage. So I mean, it's not point-based like that, which in my opinion encourages a lot more team play than like playing for yourself, because you're not being ranked on that statistically as to where you fall on the categorization.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. And then there's like some of the daily quests are things like You have to eliminate Zelena 3 times. Well, you better hope that your opponent's picking Zelena, right?
Yep.
Like, otherwise that's not happening. But yeah, it's fun. It's a fun game. I have 3 more characters to unlock.
Is the frame rate better than it looked when you streamed it? Because the frame rate looks pretty shitty.
Rough. It's pretty rough. Yeah,
right.
It's pretty rough. It's not the greatest. It's probably a little bit better, but not that much better. But the matches are short, which makes it a lot easier. Like, that makes life a lot easier. And then I guess they're going to be adding new characters for the upcoming seasons and new events. So, because I was streaming it last night, I said there's a lot of space here, and I guess somebody in the chat said, yeah, they're planning to add more characters as the season goes on, or as in new seasons. So that's cool. And then the other game I've been playing, I didn't play this when it first came out. I'm playing Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, my doorbell's ringing. I gotta
go. No, it's fun. It's Mike, have you played this game before?
What do you think?
Yes.
I'll let you guess.
No.
I'll let you guess my situation when it comes to Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Go ahead. I'll give you one guess.
Oh, shoot. Did you have a GameCube?
Yeah, I have a GameCube.
You did. You had a GameCube. I'm gonna guess no.
Well, yeah, so I haven't played it, but you're missing the first part.
What's that? Do you own it? You own it. You just don't. You never
nope,
played
I'm not on this. It's.
There we go.
Yep.
I've got the game, but it's just part of my backlog.
Is it still wrapped?
The Switch version, yes. GameCube.
I'm sorry, you broke up there. What was the thing? What did you say?
Oh, it's not Mike breaking up. It's you, Roger.
Oh my God.
The rest of us are still here.
I said I've got the game on the Switch and the GameCube, and the Switch version is wrapped up. But I haven't played either version yet. But I will get to it eventually.
Retirement's going to be fun.
Yes.
Wait, you do have it on a Switch too? You own it? Okay. Yeah. No, it's good. It's a good game. It made me think though, like, because you're working with the Goombas and not all Koopas are bad, and I was like, oh man, is Mario just murdering all these Goombas and Koopas with like just non-discriminatory, just like, I'm just gonna kill you all, and then turns
Cody Rhodes of video games.
Yeah,
he's nothing but a heel, and nobody wants to realize it and or understand it.
That's true. That's true. I think you're right, and I feel like I'm like, holy crap, like not all these are bad guys. Some of these have feelings and like actually have families and have things that they worry about. And Mario's just like, I'm gonna stomp on your head. I don't really care. Like, it's just awful.
You ever think of how many families' lives were ruined when the Death Star got blown up?
That's true. That's the whole Clerks thing.
Yep.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I had a friend.
Babyface?
Yeah.
It's kind of like in Rogue One, like you kind of realize that the rebels are a bunch of shitheads and they're just murdering people.
No, it's true.
Like terrorists.
That's true. You're like, oh my gosh, they're not all these great heroes. They're kind of shady.
I think that's part of the reason why George Lucas decided they were all clones, so that way you didn't like think about that a second time. You're just like, yeah, they're all clones. It's fine.
Yeah, but if you watch the Clone Wars, the cartoon, and then the Bad Batch, you're like, oh, but they have feelings and they have like.
That's why they say ow when they get shot.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was playing speaking of clones, I was playing as the Stormtrooper, the Sentinel character in Star Wars Hunters. In Star Wars Overwatch, and I was like missing, and I was like, oh man, just like a real Stormtrooper here, I can't hit anything. What the hell?
When I start missing my shots, that's when I call it a night. I'm like, ooh, I have had too many beers, I gotta go to bed.
Oh, that wasn't too many beers. It was just poor shooting. Yeah, it was.
I at least have an excuse, Roger.
It's true, I don't. But yeah, those are the games that I've been playing recently, and yeah. There's another game, but I just can't talk about it right now, so we'll wait until next week. But I think that's where we're going to wrap up the show this week. Before we go, why don't we tell the good people how they can follow us on social media? Phil, how can people follow you on social media?
Dear good people and maybe not so good people, you can follow me on Twitter. What? You said the good people. I want the bad people to follow me too. I probably have better discussions with them. They understand me. They get me.
Okay.
I'm a rebel, Dottie.
Nice.
Thank you.
I did too, yeah.
I'm on Twitter at BNow23. You can follow me. I don't really post much, but I am there from time to time.
You are. It's true. Oh, and you have another podcast.
Follow the Oh My Podcast Wrestling. God damn it, I don't have it off the top of my head. I think it's just OMP Wrestling on Twitter is where the wrestling podcast is. We got a big interview we're doing next week that I'm kind of stoked for.
Yeah.
We'll see how it all plays out. Just did a Money in the Bank episode as well tonight, right before recording this. I spent all day in the basement. It is my basement, not my parents', so it's okay. But yeah, follow us if you're a fan of pro wrestling. Follow us, give us a listen, tell us how much we suck, and we'll embrace it. We had Mike on last week as well, who provided some insight as to what a VIP experience is like at a WWE house show event, and also gave his thoughts on a lot of things as well. Mike, we appreciated you being there.
It was fun.
It was long. All of our episodes are long. Turns out when you got to talk about 8 hours of wrestling content in a week, it gets long.
So that's a lot to cover, man. That's a lot.
Yep.
Cool. Mike, how can people follow you on social media?
You could find me at Pez Guy Mike on Twitter, and I only want people that are apathetic to follow me.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's a fair. That's a fair statement.
You just got followed by Orange Cassidy.
That'd be awesome. I would take that. Yeah. And listeners, you can follow us on Twitter at Gamerheads Pod. You can follow me on Twitter at NintendoRaj. Remember, we do have both of those contests going on right now. Giveaway for the PAX tickets and also the lowest score challenge for Contra. Any entrance on that lowest score will get you entered for a $50 gift card to the eShop. So that's going on. And then you can go to our website at gamerheadspodcast.com where you can hear this show and other shows that we have and read our reviews as well. So check that out. Well, Phil, thank you so much for joining us this week.
Thank you for having me.
And Mike, thank you so much for joining us this week.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And listeners, thank you so much for giving us a listen. If you like what you hear, leave us a review. We want to hear what you have to say about the show. That helps us grow as well. So until next week, everyone, stay safe and game on. Bye.
So long.
Take care.